Hello and welcome to the watercolor orchid session of the Summer Creative Retreat. I'm so happy to have you with me today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Anna Bucciarelli and I'm a Canadian money designer, creator of all things intricate and colorful. My biggest passion is watercolor, and I'm so excited to be painting these pink orchids with you today. Just a quick reminder that you can download a reference photo as well as black and white outline and my watercolor painting reference in the video description below. I will take you step by step through the entire painting process, layer by layer. You can follow along or simply watch and note the techniques. I promise for anyone who loves watercolor work, especially watercolor botanicals, this will be an extremely useful lesson as we will practice some essential watercolor techniques that you can use in any of your botanical work. All you will need for this workshop is some water, good watercolor paper, and I'm using Arches cold pressed 100% cotton paper, 2 round brushes, one slightly larger, perhaps in size 6 or 8 for larger washes, and something a bit smaller, a round brush in size 2, 1, or even 0 for those tiny details in the middle of each orchid. And I will show you our simple color palette in just a moment. So if you're ready, let's get started. Our color palette is quite straightforward. We will need some vibrant pink for the main orchid petals, and I'm going to be using quinacridone magenta. You can find it in most watercolor sets like Daniel Smith, Winsor Newton, or Core, and we will need something a bit warmer for the middle part of the flower, what's called an orchid lip, and I'm going to go with permanent alizarin crimson from Core, also quite a popular color that you can find in most sets, but feel free to use your own favorite warm red. You can use something like Winsor Red Deep or even quinacridone red. Just make sure that there is enough contrast between your cooler pink and your warmer red. Finally, for the shadows, you can go with something like quinacridone violet, or you can even go deeper and pick a purple, and I will show you both quinacridone violet and dioxazine purple. Both will mix very well with magenta, and we'll use it mostly in the second layer for the shadows. We may also need some yellow just for initial underpainting. There are a few small details in the middle of each flower. I'm going to use 2 different yellows, but just feel free to pick the warmest yellow on your palette. And for the stems and small flower buds, we'll need 2 greens. We're going to need some very warm light green, almost yellowish green, and we're going to need some darker, more saturated green. You can use something like sap green or pure hooker's green or even perylene green if you want